Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Uncanny Spirits Club, and this is the final of the four episodes around the Dunkin Spiked. I was trying not to get the flavor in there yet, but I guess I failed. Anyway, um, once again, if you haven't been following the series, this is the fourth flavor. There's original coffee flavor, which has so far been the least uh, tasty out of the four. There was the vanilla, which was a little bit better. There was the mocha, which was a little bit better than that. And now we're on to the caramel, Dunkin Spiked caramelized coffee. And this is going to put me in a dilemma because caramel is usually my favorite. And I don't want it to fail. I don't want it to be not as good as some of the others. So I'm kind of like about it. But just like the others, it's 6% alcohol by volume, so not too hefty. It is not made with milk, for anybody who wonders, and as far as I'm aware. And the entire 12 pack, where you get all four flavors, 3 cans of each, is $17.98 here in Ohio. So you give it a shake and see if it'll explode on me again. Because there's probably some settling down at the bottom of the can, I'm sure. And it still poofed out of me.
And mine did not. Look at that. Nice and neat.
So we're going to pour it in. It looks a lot like the first two.
It smells interesting.
It's not as dark as the mocha, of course. It smells kind of like the first one, which is upsetting.
No, don't be upset.
I don't want to be disappointed, but I feel like I'm going to be. I don't want to be, but
it could be really good.
It smells like the original, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so the last flavor, the last of these four videos. Here we go. Nope. You get, as it's settling, the caramel flavor gets better, but it starts with that. It starts with that, what I'm calling that brightness. It starts with that brightness to it, that effervescence, and it hits you really hard with that, and it slowly sinks into some okay caramel flavor. Not great caramel flavor, not terrible caramel flavor, but just okay.
It tastes like old coffee that has sat out. To me.
It still has that powder coffee mix taste to it, and this is more pronounced than yesterday's was as of recording the videos here of the mocha. So far, I'm going to take another taste before I make my final determination. Let's see here. No, don't like it. This is a little better than the first one because of the way that the caramel settles afterwards. That's kind of nice, but not as good as the vanilla and not as good as the mocha. So out of the four flavors, personal opinion wise, the mocha seems to be the best.
I agree. I like the mocha the best. I think this is my least favorite. This, I don't know, it tastes more bitter than the first one or something.
It's just...
It's like sharper.
It's not made well.
No.
Is what it is. I mean, it's not like it's... It could have spent more time as an idea and kind of tested and played around with before they released it in this form.
And maybe used real coffee.
They say they do.
Idea.
They say they do.
Well, it could be dehydrated coffee.
Yeah. I mean, it says premium malt beverage with real coffee and natural flavors and artificial colors.
What natural flavor is this? I would like to ask.
I don't know. It
Oh,
doesn't. It says it's made with real coffee. I have to wonder just how much. But I think even if it was real coffee, I think they dehydrated it first to
yeah.
add it in. Almost like it's almost like when you're making beer and you add in the yeast at different points and you add in different things that you're going to strain out later once the fermentation is over.
Mm.
And instead of adding that, they added in powdered coffee rather than like a liquid coffee or anything like that. Because maybe the liquid would have messed it all up. Like maybe they tried that first and it messed with the alcohol or something like that. I don't know. It reminds me of at least that theory. That theory reminds me of a few years back when Yingling first introduced the Hershey's chocolate beer that they make. They initially only had it in bars because you couldn't put it in a bottle or can because it settled too much. It didn't stay mixed properly. You needed the equipment of the draft with the lever and then all the whatever to keep it together. They eventually got it, so they put it in bottles, and it does have some settling in it, but not as much as they said it did before. So this feels like something that just wasn't quite ready. It I don't know. I am disappointed with this final flavor. But I do know in the future if I ever get any of this again for any reason, just to go straight to the mocha and not even to go for anything else. Because the rest of them, even the vanilla was still kind of like, it had vanilla flavor, but it wasn't like, wow, this is delicious.
I'm still very watery flavored. But I'm sorry you're disappointed.
But it's worth a try. I mean, all this stuff is worth a try.
Hmm.
And as much as I'm not impressed by this, it is still better than all of the IPAs I have tried so far.
That's
So,
not saying
um,
much, is it?
well, there are people who swear by IPAs and they love them, but I don't know. I think they're lying to themselves and others. Um,
There's no accounting for taste.
but yeah, so that's the final verdict on the Dunkin Spiked. If you're gonna buy any of it, go for the mocha. The mocha seems to be the one that really is the best tasting. Um, I did not mix any of that with any milk to see if it would improve it at all, but I think that might help a little bit if you mix a little milk with it because it did help a little bit with the vanilla. Or no, which one did I try it with? I think I
You
tried
tried
it
it
with
with
the
the
original one.
original. You put some almond milk in it.
Yeah, I didn't try it with the other ones. So your results may vary depending on what you have. And of course, like I said, we have almond milk because of lactose thing. So it has a different taste to it than regular milk does to begin with. So, you know,
So
pick and
maybe it makes it
choose
better.
what you might do with what milks you have available. I don't know if you'd want to just toss in some vitamin D milk or something real heavy in it and find out what happens, some buttermilk or something. Um, I don't know. If you do that, you're on your own. But yeah, so the caramel, not not what I was hoping for.
Oh.
But once again, Dunkin Spiked, 6% alcohol, $17.98 here in Ohio. That's my local area, so your prices may be different. If you've tried these flavors, let me know what you think about them in the comments. I'd like to hear if anyone else has a taste for them. Um, I can't imagine that they're not selling well because they had several of them at the grocery store. It wasn't like it was overstocked or that they were, flying off the shelves either, but you never know. So far, I've not been impressed by these vanity drinks that the companies are trying to get into the alcohol business because everybody's drinking more after the previous few years of things that went on. That's as vague as I'm going to keep it. No specifics. People are drinking more for better or for worse, and so all these companies are getting into the alcohol game. Mountain Dew made the hard Mountain Dew that was mediocre. These guys made this, which is okay. Arby's made French fry flavored vodka, which I have not tried, and I don't know if I'm brave enough to do so.
No, why would
But
they ruin the taste of French fries by putting it in
curly
vodka?
fry vodka.
That makes me sad to know that exists.
But you know, I'm glad I've tried these things at least. I haven't been impressed by them, but I'm glad I tried them because it was something interesting. It was something new, and it was worth trying at least once. So there you go. I don't know when the next video will be out. It's still a ways till the next grocery day, and we'll see what's on the shelves then and what I got that's affordable. And so I'll see you folks when I see it. So until then, of course, as always, cheers.